Hi, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, everyone. Welcome back from the break. Now, I hope you guys are enjoying the workshop series. So please make sure that follow all the procedures, all the steps, whatever I'm teaching you guys, and make sure it goes to your subconscious mind, because whenever you do it hands-on, you will gain more confident. And when someone asks questions in your interview or in your job position, without thinking, the answers will be coming from your mouth. And how it will come? Because you guys are working in hands-on, so that is very, very important. So my way of workshop, I hope you guys will be enjoying. So I just need a feedback as well, because we have covered half of the workshop series, so still we have another half. So please drop me a feedback if you guys want me to improve on something, or if you guys want me to do another workshop in another technology or in another domain. It would be great. So I really urge you guys to give me a feedback. Yeah. Great, guys. So let's quickly jump into this today's workshop. Now, in this today's workshop, what we're gonna do is I'm gonna log into this aws.amazon.com. On the top right, you have sign into the console. Click on the console. Now, log in with your root username and the password. Sign in using root user email. And I'm gonna type in my email address. So you guys have to type your email address and the password. Okay, Samir Ibrahim@gmail.com. Yes, and then that 7 DSW, and then I'm going to type the password. Great, I'm in. I hope you guys are also in. Now, till last workshop, what we have covered was we had installed the LAMP server, LAMP full form. I just want to do a quick refresh for 2 minutes. So LAMP is L for Linux, A for Apache, M for MySQL or MariaDB, and P for PHP. Yeah. So these four components, we call it as a LAMP stack. So when you're coming into an IT industry, especially in the server industry or operations industry, most of the server admins, they might be asking, or they would be talking themselves, okay, what kind of technical stack server is that? So people would be saying LAMP stack, or people would be saying MERN stack, something like that. So LAMP, if you type LAMP stack, even if you Google it, LAMP versus MERN, I think I've already shown this to you. So LAMP full form is Linux, Apache, and then MySQL or MariaDB and PHP. So these are all the combination of all these four components which will make a web component. Yeah. And there is another, like LAMP, we have many other stack. So when you say stack, what is the English meaning of stack? Okay, if you type stack in Google, stack meaning, what it says is, it says a pile of objects. Okay, one that is neatly arranged. So likewise, when somebody says LAMP stack, it means all these four softwares are arranged properly to give a certain output. Okay, so that is the meaning of the LAMP stack. So just like LAMP stack, we have other stacks as well. MERN stack. So if you see MERN stack, so what is MERN stack? So MERN stack is nothing but it is a MongoDB, Express, React, and Node.js. So this is a combination of these four technologies that will make up this stack. And we have other stacks as well. Yeah. So I'm not going to go deep into that, because this workshop is mainly we are focusing on Linux, Apache, MySQL, and PHP. Great. And then what we saw last workshop was installing this LAMP stack, and also how to secure your MariaDB server. That also we have seen. Now in this video, I'm going to talk about how to purchase a website, how to purchase a domain, and also I would, if time permits, and also I would tell few things about how to host a WordPress website. Before that, I would also explain you how to secure your website using certificates, and a couple of magic things are going to happen today. Great. So let me log in back. Yeah, so this is the dashboard. I think you guys have seen this millions of times, which is good. Now we're gonna go for a service called Route53. Okay, on the top right, if you type route space 53, so you just click on it, and there is a tip here. If you want to make any service as a favorites, you just put a star mark. You can make it as a favorite, so you don't need to type it again and again and again. Yeah, so if you click on route 53 again, here, it will open up a window. Yeah. And then yes, so this is a route 53 dashboard. Now Samir, what is the meaning of 53? Why the Amazon has given the name 53 and there is something called route? What is the combination of these two things? There is a question for that. So for example, if you type DNS port number in Google, it's a port 53. So the one which we are going to deal is our DNS service. Route 53 is like a DNS management and domain management. So primarily, this is working on the port number. So port number is 53, just like we have many port numbers. For example, we have been seeing in last workshops, we have seen 22 port, we have seen 80 port. Just like that, there is another port called 53 port number. Now, if you go further, Samir, how many port numbers you have? You can ask me that question, right? How many port numbers are there, in the IT industry? So if you Google it, it comes 65,535 ports are available. Okay. Now, here you can ask me, Samir, are we using all these port numbers? No. If you click on the first link, okay, there are popular ports which IT guys are using, or we can't say like all the engineers remembering all these port numbers. No way, that is not possible. There are few famous port numbers. For example, 22. That is known by everybody. Okay, when you learn something, always everybody, all the engineers will start with this port number 22. What is port number 22? It's a secure shell. Okay, it will try to connect to your Linux machine from your Windows machine or from any other machine securely. So we are using SSH protocol for that, and the port number is 22. Okay, and there is another port, for example 21. So 21 is the FTP. It's a file transfer between a client and a server. So for example, we have a lot of softwares for FTP. Okay, the famous one is WinSCP that works on the 21 port number, and there is something called FileZilla. That is also port number 21. So these softwares are used to transfer one file from a server to your laptop, or from your laptop to a server, or from a server to server. Yeah, so this is a port number 21, and 22 we have seen, and there is another port number called 25, which is for SMTP, Simple Mail Transfer Protocol. This is for your email. So all the emails are working on the port number called 25. Okay, and the famous one again, 80 port. We have seen this. The 80 port is an HTTP port, Hypertext Transfer Protocol port, and this is used for all the www websites. Okay, and then if you scroll down, 443, this is the upgraded version of 80 port, which is the HTTP port. The upgraded version of HTTP port is HTTPS, which is the secured one, and the port number is 443. So, and likewise we have many ports. Now you need to understand certain things, guys. Okay, if you're really a basic, and if you're coming into an IT new guys to an IT department, you need to understand this. Okay, there are certain ports which we can't use. For example, you are developing one application, or you are developing a website, and you want to give a port for that website apart from 80. Okay, and you want to give it like 79 or 70 or maybe 65, something like that. No, you cannot give. So these ports, there is an organization who decides what port you can give for your custom application. When I say custom, the one which you created, which you are going to create. Okay, so those ports will be given by the certain organization. Okay, now if you see, read this. There are 65,535 port numbers, but not all are used every day. There are restricted port numbers, or well-known port numbers are reserved by prominent companies and range from 0 to 1023. Now, out of the 65,535, first 1,024 ports, including 0, these are all used by some sort of famous companies like Google and Amazon, and here they have all the registered protocol port numbers are there. For example, SSH, HTTP, HTTPS, FTP, DNS, because DNS is used as 53 port number. So likewise, you cannot go and use that port number for your application, because this has been designed by the IT organization already, and they are using those port numbers. You cannot touch that. You cannot touch 0 to 1023 port numbers. You forget it. Okay, but after 1023 there are a couple of port numbers, which the numbers are 1024, from 1024 till 49151, 49151. If you want to register a specific port number, you can choose it from these numbers between 1024 and 49151. So most of the software companies, right, they would be typically means normally they will register these port numbers only between these 1024 till 49151. Now after this, so you could ask me, Sami, you have told me 65,535, but you have covered only 49,151. What will happen after that? Yes, after that we call them as a dynamic or private ports. Okay, the port numbers starts from 49,152 to 65,536, which are available for anyone to use. So you're running you're trying to test an application, okay, and you don't want to expose it to the internet, okay, it is inside your company, you're just testing it, okay. For those kind of things, you can very well use the last third section of the ports, that is the dynamic ports, which is 49,152 to 65,536. Yeah, so make sure you understand this port number concepts. If somebody asks you how many port numbers, yes, 65,535 port numbers are there, and you should know in your interview. If you're a fresher, they might be asking you, okay, what is a port number for HTTPS? You should immediately say it's 443. Somebody might ask you, what's the port number for DNS? You should immediately say it's 53. Yeah, and maybe they might ask you, okay, can you give me a couple of port number details? You have to say, okay, 21 is used for FTP, 22 is used for SSH, 53 is for DNS, 80 is used for HTTP, 443 is used for HTTPS. So likewise, you should be very confident. So how will you get confident? You have to keep learning this. Just keep this as a practice. Okay, maybe I won't be shamed if you're a new person or a fresher or a non-IT. I won't be ashamed to write it in a notepad and keep by heart. Better you do it if you really want to go into your mind. Okay, so well, let's forget about the port numbers. I'm coming back to my Route 53 console now. So why I've given this 53? Just see the background of this Route 53. When we started, why the 53? We are just pulling up all the port number details, the basics of everything. Yeah, so that is very important. In order to understand something, if you want to understand a word, you should understand the ABCD, the basics of everything. So that is the beauty of this course. Cool. Route 53. So route means if somebody is asking you, okay, how to go to this place, okay, so there is a route, or you can call it route, anything you can say, route or route. So I normally call it as route. So route means it's a traffic. If you go to a traffic policeman, if you ask them, hey, how to go to this place, he will route you. He will tell you the place, he will route, hey, go straight, take right, and there would be some hotel, and from there you have to take a left and then right, then you will reach a destination. Okay, who does this job? Route 53 does this job. Okay, you can ask me, Samir, is Route 53 doing only this job? No, Route 53 is doing many other jobs, but this is one of the primary job for this. That is why they have given it as route, and then the port number is 53. Okay, so this is a background of it. Well, now let's go to how to purchase a domain. So when you say if you're starting a new business, yeah, and you want to let entire people know in the world, hey, I have purchased a website, my website is running. So how do you purchase a website? So people, you might have heard, hey, I have purchased a domain. Okay, what is domain? Yeah, you might be having some questions. So the questions are, okay, just Google it, and then you can say like this: how to purchase domain name. If you Google it, just see the first website what it comes, godaddy.com. So these guys are really famous in the domains. So it's like a real estate. Okay, so for example, you're going to a new city, and then you're looking for a new house. So obviously what you will do is you will go to the no broker website or some other acre 27 website, and a lot of websites are there, and then you will choose a particular dealer, and that dealer will have or that real estater will have particular contacts or particular connections with many houses. So likewise this domain is something like this. Just like GoDaddy is a website which will give you the free domain sometimes, or sometimes you have to purchase it. You have to pay some amount, and then you have to get the website domain for you. Okay. Now, just like GoDaddy, we have many other dealers. You can say it like this. So, for example, the first link comes with the GoDaddy. If you see, it says buy domain names for $499. If you scroll down, we have something called Google domains. Even Google also does that. And there is another website called namecheap.com. Even they are also selling some domains. Scroll down, mailchimp.com, hostinger.in. See, a lot of things are there. Yeah, pcmag. Okay, pcmag and all those things are tutorials. So bigrock.in. So they have some websites from 99 rupees to 849 rupees. Okay, cool. Now we are not going to buy anything from GoDaddy because we are primarily focusing on AWS, Amazon, because Amazon inside AWS, inside Route 53, they have domain registration is available. If the domain registration is not available in AWS, then I would have gone through godaddy.com or some other dealer. But now if you open Route 53, just click on Route 53 again. Okay, and then 1 minute. So if you go to dashboard here, and on the left side there is something called registered domains. So when you click on registered domains, here we go. Now on your screen in your account, you will not be having any domains because it would be free. I mean, it would be fresh for you. But for my account, I already have purchased one domain, which is ownlearning.click. Now you can ask me, Sumi, what is .click? Okay, because you might have seen .com, you might have seen .co.uk or .co.us or .us or .in or .football. You know, a lot of domains are there, right? But what is .click? Okay, I'll talk about that right now. So again, before you follow my experiment or my tutorial on this Route 53, there is a cost involved for this domain purchase. This is not free, guys. Okay, if you guys don't want to purchase it, you can always see my tutorial and you don't need to do that. But this .click is just a $2. So if you're from India and you're purchasing this website for $2, so $1 is equal to what, 70 rupees for now, I believe. So you total you will get 140 rupees, including the GST. You will get 160 or 170 rupees, and now you're purchasing the domain. Earlier it was $12, so $12 it will come to close to, after the GST taxes and all, 900 and something will come. But now you can purchase a domain for $2. Yeah, so that is the beauty of. So that's the beauty of it. Now I do have a link where I was showing you, I had prepared a video on how to purchase a domain. I will add that link in this notes. You can always see that as well. But for now, I will just go till the last stage, but I'm not going to make a payment for that. Yeah. Now, what you're going to do is you have to click on register domain, and then here choose a domain name. And now on the right side, you will see these are all the popular domain names which we have it. So .com, it says $12. So if you see, we got a .com for $12, and just like this, these are all the popular domain names: .net, .org, .com.au, co.uk for $9, IO $71, wow, info $23, and if you scroll down, and these are all the popular domains we have. Now if you scroll down, after other, we have something called .ac, $76, $94 for accountants, $100 for something called adult department. So likewise, you can have a check on these things. Now for me, what I found out was the cheapest one is, if you scroll up, I'm just checking whether I have anything for $1, because last time I checked it was not there, but still. Nope, I don't have anything for $1, so I will just go for my .click. If you go for .click, see, oh, they have increased it for $3. It was $2 last time when I purchased in I think last month. Now they made it for $3. Okay, good. Now if you click on .click, and then you can type some domain name which you want. Okay, say for example, I want something like workshop tutorial .click. If you click on check, it will just verify whether somebody has already chosen it or not. If somebody has chosen the same name, then you will get this one. Okay, say for example, I already have something called own learning. So for example, I want to show you, just click on cancel. See, I have something called own learning.click. Yeah, now I'm just clicking on register domain, and here if I type own learning, and then if you type .click here, it will fail because there is somebody or myself have purchased it, so it will say unavailable, right? Now I don't want this own learning. Instead of this, it's saying some domain suggestions. Okay, what you could buy. For example, there is something called ownlearning.link for $5 I have for .link instead of .click, and likewise we have many other things it suggests. So I don't want this, so I'll just say workshop.click. Let's see, workshop.click is available. Okay, somebody is using workshop.click. So workshop hyphen tutorial. Let's see. I think we tried this a couple of seconds back. It was available, and it shows $3. Now what you have to do is you have to click on add to cart. Now here it will say one-time fees. Yeah, workshop hyphen tutorial.click, register for 1 year. So if you click on register for 1 year, $3, and then scroll down, and then if you hit on continue, then it will ask you the contact details and everything. Yeah, what is the contacts and all those things it will ask. So what's the phone number, what's the address and everything. So once you've hit on continue, then it will ask you to pay the amount. After the amount is paid, you would get an email like this. I'm not showing this to you right now. I would paste a video which I already recorded when I was doing the own learning.click. You can always see that. But once you have submitted it, once you registered it, it will come here in the pending request. It will come here. It will wait for you for the payment, and also it will take couple of hours to get registered. After that, it will come to the registered domains here, just like this. Okay, now you will also receive an email like this. We have successfully registered your domain. We also created a hosted zone for the domain. Your next step is to add records to the hosted zone. Yeah, now here this, for example, consider this is a website which we have bought, ownlearning.click. Now clicking on this. Okay, now if you go to so here you will see all the details, all your name servers and everything. Yeah, so go to dashboard. Okay, so here you have to click on the hosted zone. Only one will be available, so I'm just clicking on one hosted zone. So here this is the domain name, ownlearning.click, and this is the public one, and this is created by Route53, and there are 2 records already available. So we will talk about these records later. This is not part of this workshop. So this we call as a namespace, and this is the start of authority. So these are all the 2 records which needed for the domain to communicate with the internet into other domain servers. As simple as it is, as a layman term. So consider this: when you're creating a website, when you're buying a domain, these 2 records will be coming up as default. Yeah, so make sure don't delete these records. Cool. Now we got this hosted zone. Okay, so this is a website. My website name is what? Ownlearning.click. Yeah, now I'm gonna go to the next one right now. So this is the Route 53 is done. We are not gonna go to anything else. Maybe in some other workshop I will dedicatively explain about this Route 53 concepts like health checks, traffic policies and policy records, but that is not a motive of this workshop. So this workshop, what we're going to do is the next thing is I'm gonna configure the SSL or TLS on the Amazon Linux 2. If you click on the EC2 here, right, I'm not sure whether the instance is running. Okay, so this is the last workshop instance. It's still running. Let me see whether what is the status of it. Is it okay? Apache is running, which is good. What else we did? We installed only the LAMP stack. That's it, right? So we didn't have anything else. If you click on connect and then click on connect, let's see, the MariaDB is also running. I remember we have enabled the MariaDB, so in case whenever the services stops and starts, the MariaDB service should automatically come up. So let me see whether systemctl status MariaDB. Yeah, so if you same thing, systemctl status httpd. Okay, so Apache and this thing is running. Now our next thing is we're gonna install the SSH. Okay, before we install the SSH, I want to try something new here. Okay, let me close these windows. Yeah. Now, what is the public IP of this machine? This is the public IP 3.215. If you click on copy, then if you type http://enter, you're getting a test page, right? So what I want here is I want to do something like this, guys. Okay, so you understand this better. I'm opening a notepad. So here, if somebody types www.ownlearning.click, then it should go to this page, which is what? Which is my test page. So if somebody is typing ownlearning.click, then that should go to same thing, this page, which is again the Apache test page. Okay, now how do you achieve this? This is very easy. What you do is you have to go to Route 53 again, Route 53, clicking on this. After you hitting the Route 53, then you have to go to the hosted zone. We have only one hosted zone, which is our domain ownlearning.click. So if you open the notepad, this is my website, ownlearning, or www.ownlearning.click. Yeah, so if you click on this, now what I'm going to do is I'm going to create a record. So you need to have something called record. You will understand, just follow me. Click on create record. Now here in the subdomain, don't click anything. Okay, so it's like this. In the subdomain, don't click anything. Yeah, and here I'm going to route traffic to an IP address. Yes. So, and the value, what is the value? The value is this one. Just only copy the IP address and paste it here. Right now, come down, and TTL, time to live, we'll talk about this later, but for now just make it 1 minute. Okay, and this one, simple routing, keep it like this. Now click on add another record. Okay, now here you're going to add this entry. Okay, so my subdomain is www. So if you see this is what I'm going to add. See, www, I'm going to add www, and route record traffic. Yes, that is done. And here I'm going to copy the same IP address. Correct, done. 1 minute. And if you hit on create records, the record will get created in a minute. Okay, now if you see records for ownlearning.click were successfully created. Route 53 propagates your changes to all of the Route 53 authoritative DNS servers within 60 seconds. Use view status. Click on view status. When you click on view status, it will tell you it is in pending. Once it becomes active, or once it's successfully done, then it will become active or in sync. Yes, it is in sync, correct. Now it is done. The record is created. Now what I'm going to do is, in front of you, I'm going to open an incognito window and I'm going to type ownlearning.click. I should get, if everything goes well or maybe some delay, I'm not sure yet. Let's see, ownlearning.click. If you do it, I should get an Apache test page if everything is fine. Okay, it's not, it keeps spinning. Now let me try www.ownlearning.click. Wow. So both are not working. Oh, it is working. See, www is redirected to ownlearning.click, which is good. But why this is not working? Ownlearning.click. Okay, let me check. Ownlearning.click. If you type, okay, it is working fine. So there is there would be definitely a delay of a minute or two when you're updating any kind of records. That is default, but still we can make it to null. There is an option for that as well by clearing the cache and DNS cache and everything, but that's a different part. But for now, yes, see this, my website is connected to this IP address. My website is connected to this, redirected to this IP address, right? So ownlearning.click is coming up, which is good. Now say for example, so Samir, let's do one thing. I'm going back to EC2 instances. Yeah, I have a record. Okay, before that I want to show you again. I want to show you to Route53. Okay, so let me go back to Route53. I want to show you how the record looks like so you'll understand. Hosted zones, ownlearning.click. So here if you see, earlier we had only two records. One is the NS and the SOA. Now we have added two records. See, ownlearning.click and www.ownlearning.click. And if you scroll down, it's an A record. A record means you are converting a domain name into, mapping into your IP version 4 address. Okay, so that we call it as an A record. And this is NS record, and this is an SOA record. We'll talk about these things later, apart in a workshop. Yeah, yeah, when we take the Route 53. So this is the DNS record status. Now what I'm going to do is, I'm going to EC2 here. Let me right click, open link in new tab. So clicking on the running instances here. Now say for example, this one is the IP address, current IP address is this one, right? 3.215. I'm just making a note of it. Okay, current public IP address of an EC2 instance. Okay, now if you remember, if you click on stop instance, okay, if you click on stop instance, it will be in stopping mode, then it will change to stop status. So let's wait for it to become stopped. So now it's still in stopping mode. I think there is a delay in my network, guys. Okay, let's wait for it to move to stop mode because still the public IPv4 is addressed here. I don't think I have an ElasticIP attached. Let me click on ElasticIPs. No, I don't have any ElasticIPs. Okay, in the meantime, I want to show you something. If you remember in the last workshop, we were playing around with ElasticIP. So let me click on the billing dashboard, okay? And I want to check whether I am being charged on NAT gateways or some sort of ElasticIPs, because I remember we were playing with the NAT gateway also. Now, if you click on your bills and then view your bill, click on it. Now, okay, I got something on 0.73. Click on charge by service here. So if you scroll down, for Route 53 I got 0.50 cents. That is fine. Okay, so this is a problem here. See this, for Elastic Compute Cloud I got something for 0.12. If you expand it for Asia Pacific Mumbai, I don't have anything, but for North Virginia I've got something 0.12. If you click on this, so if you scroll down, okay, see guys, Amazon Elastic Compute Cloud NAT Gateway. So for NAT Gateway, they have charged me $0.10. In that, they have charged me 0.045 per GB data processed by NAT Gateway. So usage quantity, I got 0.115 GB. I got $0.01. And for NAT Gateway per hour, so 2 hours I have used. I was playing around. I got $0.09. Okay. So this is a proof again. NAT gateway, it's comes with a cost. Okay. So let me go back to my EC2 instances here. Let me go to my instances running. Okay, so I think instance is stopped. Now see, there is no public IPv4 address. Now if you click on instance start instance, now the instances will be go to pending mode, then it will become running mode. Yeah, I got the different public IP address. If you copy this public IP address, go here, see, this is a new public IP address I got. Now the problem is, in Route 53 already our record, we have two records, the A record if you remember. So these records are transferring from this mapping from this domain into this IP address, but now this IP address is gone. See, this IP address is gone. Now what's going to happen? You will not be able to get any page at all. If you open this Control C, okay, if you open your Edge browser or any other browser, then if you type ownlearning.click, you should not get a page because the IP address is changed. Yeah, see, it keeps spinning, it's not working at all. So even if you type ownlearning.click http://ownlearning.click, so nope, www.ownlearning.click, nope. So that's it, it will not work. So what we're gonna do is, why it is not working, because the instances, it's gone, the IP addresses which we mapped it's gone. Now what we're gonna do is, I mean, this is the experiment to show you that when you stop the instance and when you start the instance, the IP address will change. But if you reboot the instance, the IP address will not change. Remember that. Yeah, that is very important. Cool. Now the next thing is, what we will make it active is copy this public IP address, go to your Route 53, yeah, and here what you can do is, yeah, you can either delete the record, or you can click on edit record, paste the new IP addresses in order to make it work just like this. So when you do that, it will be done. Then if you go here and then click on edit record again, and then paste it here, the new IP addresses, and then click on save. So you need to give a minute or two in order to make it effective. If you click on view status here, it will be in pending mode, and after some time it will be in sync mode. So after you in sync, give a minute or two, then it will be, then your website will be transferring from this. If somebody types this one, what happens is it will redirect to this one, the new IP address. Same thing, if somebody is typing this domain, the same thing, it will go to this one. This is a new record which or maybe we edited the record. Yeah, now what I'm going to do is, let me refresh the page. So even if you type here http://www.ownlearning.click, okay, see, now it is getting connected. So even if you type http://ownlearning.click, I think there is a spelling mistake. Yes, own learning.click. Yep. Okay, now you understood some part of it, what I'm trying to do. Yeah. Now what we can do here is okay, let's do something real quick. I'm gonna go to EC2 instance, yeah, and okay, let's assign an elastic IP for this instance which is running now. So let's click on elastic IP and then allocate elastic IP address and US East 1, which is good, and then click on allocate. That is done, and then you choose the IP address, actions, and associate elastic IP address, and then you choose the instance, the one which is running now, and then scroll and then click on associate. Now the instance is associated with the elastic IP. Now if you see what is my IP address, the public IP address, select this instance and you will see there is an elastic IP 35.175 something, which is done. So here you can see elastic IP address, the same thing here. Okay, now what we will do here is, now we got a new IP address. It's a new elastic IP. Even if you stop the instance, even if you start the instance also, the elastic IP will not change. That is a concept. Now what we're going to do here is, we are going to do this and then we're going to map it to this IP. I'm sorry, we're going to map it to this IP. That's what we're going to do. Yeah, and also the same thing, own learning.click, and then yeah, this is what we're going to do. And then we were trying to stop the instance and then start the instance, and then we will see how it's gonna behave. We will just do that experiment just to gain more confidence on that. So I'm going to the Route 53 here. Yeah, going to the hosted zone. Right, so I will have my domain name ownlearning.click. Now if you see, there are two records, one and a record, two records. So I'm clicking on the first one, I'm clicking on edit record. Now here I'm going to type this IP address. This is my elastic IP which I have assigned. Okay, paste it, 1 minute, done. So that is done. Save it, and one more I have to add it here. So just click on edit record, add it. Okay, save it. So that is done. Now if you click on view status, it will tell you the status of the record which I have modified it. Yeah. So let's wait for a minute. Right, so this is an in sync mode, guys, which is good. Now what we will do here is we will test it. Yeah, and also there is an option called test record. If you click on test record, yeah, so if you type record name dot own learning dot click, yeah, and then if you type get response, let's see whether you're getting a response. Non-existent domain www.ownlearning.click. okay, 1 minute, what is this? To check a record that has the same name as a own learning. Okay, ownlearning.click. let me see, get response. Okay, what is this? Leave this field blank to check the record as a subdomain. Okay, I'm going to leave it blank. Let's see what happens. Get response. What is it saying? It says no error. Wow, I'm not sure what is this. Maybe it's checking all. Okay, here it shows the hosted zone, guys. Say the hosted zone, it shows ownlearning.click. So it is just verifying that the records are correct, right for this hosted zone. Okay, good. Now we have modified this record and it is mapping to this elastic IP 35.175. So what we will do here is, if you go back to your incognito, if you type http://ownlearning.click, okay, it is working. Same thing, http://www.ownlearning.click. Yeah, it is working. Now what we will do is, in front of you, I'm going to click on stop the instance. So when you click the stop the instance, see, I think we have done this experiment before, but I want to show you which connects to the Route 53 as well. So now if you see this, it is in stopping mode. Yeah. So now Okay, now if you see in stop mode, but still we got the IP address, which is the same IP address. So now if you click on start instance, the IP address is not changing. It is the same elastic IP address. So that is the beauty of it. Now, say for example, this IP address is crashed. Sorry, not the IP address. This instance is crashed. Now, what you can do is you can launch another instance and you can map the same elastic IP address over there. You don't need to modify the Route 53 every time. You don't need to modify the Route 53 record every time. So this is also another way. In the future, we will talk about the load balances, and you don't need to modify these many things when we are talking about the load balances. So that is a different part. Now here, if you see, it's running, and this is the public IP address, right? Now what we will do is, again, we will just verify whether it's working fine or not. So we will just refresh the screen. We will wait for some time to come up because we just stopped and started. So this might take a minute or two to come up. So let's see. Okay, it's still initializing, guys. So let's wait. Yeah, so if you see this, so I've started the instance again, and then the IP address doesn't change, right? So even if you click on ownlearning.click, see, it's refreshing, and we're getting the same page. So that is the concept of the elastic IP address, right? So that's all about on this workshop, guys. In the next workshop, I will talk about the how to make the site HTTPS, or how to make the server HTTPS using a certificate automation tool called certbot. We will talk about that. So for now, my website is like this. Remember that. So my website is like this. If somebody type http://ownlearning.click, it's working. And then if somebody types like this also, learning.click, and both this HTTP port is working with the 80. Remember that. Yeah, this is very important. Okay, so let's resume the next thing in the next workshop series, lesson. Let's take a quick break and come back, and we will rejoin. Yeah, thank you.